శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ 2008 లో స్థాపించిన కళాశాలలో NBA, NAC A గ్రేడ్ మరియు ISO సర్టిఫికేషన్ సాధించిన మొట్టమొదటి కళాశాల శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ త్వరలో అటానమస్ కాబోతోంది.
2014లో ISO గుర్తింపు, 2015లో రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వంచే A గ్రేడ్, 2016లో NAC A గ్రేడ్, ఇప్పుడు NBA సాధించిన సంస్థ శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ.
Good morning students, I am Harsha, assistant professor from the department of EEE. Good morning to all. In the previous session we have discussed about solar thermal energy and we have discussed about the liquid flat plate collectors and the concentric collectors which are used in solar thermal energy. In this session we are going to discuss about solar air heaters. Let us start the basic introduction about solar air heaters. You know all, solar energy is an abundant resource and billions of kilowatt hour of solar energy are intercepted by the earth every hour. So this amounts to the annual world energy demand every 20 minutes. So you know about the solar energy, it is a very huge demand. There is a huge demand on the solar energy. So you know about solar thermal devices. Again, these thermal devices are classified into two types. One is active, another one is passive. So you know passive, there will be for the passive there will be no mechanical devices for the passive. So for the active there will be mechanical devices for the active solar energy. And you know about the solar thermal devices. These are very simplest and the most direct application of the solar energy. So they will directly collect the heat. So these liquid plate collectors or concentric collectors, by using these collectors you can collect these heat and into a low temperature heat, so that there is a direct conversion of the sunlight. So you can take the direct conversion of the sunlight and into a low temperature heat up to the temperature of 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So this is about solar thermal devices. So you know it is classified into two types. One is passive, another one is active solar energy conversion. So let us see the difference between active and passive devices. So the passive solar design refers to use the sun energy for the heating and cooling and daylighting of living spaces. So by using this passive energy you can heat and you can cool and the daylighting of the living spaces. By using this sun energy you can heat and cool the daylighting of the living spaces. So if you observe the active solar energy, so it requires transport of heat through a medium and thus need the components to transform and transfer the solar energy. So there is a transport of heat. So in active you can see there is a transport of heat through a medium and thus need the components to transform and transfer the solar energy. So if you observe the passive systems, so these passive systems are very simple and no mechanical systems, it requires very less maintenance. So and if you observe the active solar system, so the energy from the active solar sources has two major applications. One is heat and another one is electricity. So this is the main difference of passive and active. So if you observe the passive systems, so there will be no mechanical systems. So if you observe the active, there will be two major applications. One is heat, another one is for electricity. So and the passive system, it requires very less maintenance and it is only used for heating and cooling and daylighting of living spaces. So this is about active and passive solar systems. So if you observe the air as a heat transfer medium, it is very safe and frost protection and stagnation control are not necessary. So it is very safe. There is an huge there is no sort of protection and control. It is not necessary. It's very safe and it has very less corrosive than water. So it will be longer life it will be longer life. The solar panels will be longer life. And lower temperature, so level of the feed air compared to wet based space heating. So here I mean to say, by using solar panels, I mean to say by using solar mirrors, under the solar mirrors, so the hot air will be get inside, I mean to say the cold air will be get inside, and the output will be hot air here. So the air as a heat transfer medium. So the inlet will be the inlet of the solar panel will be cold air. So this cold air will enter into this solar panel and gives the output as solar hot medium. So it transfers the whole cold medium into heat medium. So cold transfer medium into heat transfer medium. So by using this in other states like US, Australia, like this, there are cold countries. So in these cold countries, the heat will be heat will be very less. So in order to take this heat, they will use these solar air heaters. So by using these solar air heaters, the cold medium air will be converted into an hot air medium. So by this you can operate your solar air heaters. So this is the main advantage, and it is very safe and very less corrosive than water, and low temperature level of the feed air compared to wet based space heating. So this is about the advantages. Let us see the disadvantages. So it has very low heating capacity and poor heat conductivity compared to the liquids. So therefore larger duct diameters and exchange surfaces are required. So this is disadvantages for it has very low heating capacity and poor heating conductivity. So let me explain you once again, let me repeat it again for you. So in the previous session we have discussed about solar thermal system. In solar thermal system, the water will plays a major role. So the cold water will be sent into the inlet of the solar panel, and it will be transformed into heat water, hot water. So the cold water will be sent inside, and you will get the output of hot water. So this hotter water will be sent to the steam generator, and it will produce the steam, and this steam will hit the turbine. So whenever the turbine rotates, so the mechanical energy is given to the turbine, it will be converted into electrical energy. But in solar air heating systems, so these solar air heating systems, so directly the cold air will be sent inside by the air inlets of the solar panel. So the output will get the solar hot medium. So you will get solar hot air. So cold air will be sent inside, so you will get the hot air by using the solar panel. So like this, the air will act as an heat transfer medium. So the cold air will be sent inside, and you will get the hot air by using the solar mirror. So this is about air as an heat transfer medium. So if you see the fluid properties, so the properties of air and water at 25 degrees Celsius and 1 bar. So if you see, observe the air, so the density kilogram per meter cube is 1.185 for the air, and for the water is 998.2. So if you observe the specific heat capacity into the mass is 0.28 for the air and 1.16 for the water. So if you see the space heating capacity volume is 0.31 for air, and water is for 1158. So and the thermal conductivity for the air is 0.026, and the water is 0.559. So the heat transfer from the observer to the air. So the heat transfer from the observer. So the heat transfer will get from the observer. So whenever the heat is observed from the sunlight to the air is poorer from the collectors using the liquid media due to the low thermal conductivity of the air. So this is about thermal conductivity of the air. So let us go for the next slide. So let us see about solar air collector. So what is meant by solar air collector? So what is the standard air collector? So let us see, you can see the image here. So it's a blue image arrow mark, and the red arrow mark. If you observe the blue arrow mark, so the cold air will be sent into the solar mirror, so the output will get an hot air. So this hot air is used to warm your house. So I mean to say the cold air will be sent into the solar inlet, and the solar outlet will get warm air. So this warm air is used to heat your home. So in other states like America and Australia, so those countries are very cool countries, so they will lose these heating temperature. They will sense the heat very less, so the sunlight will be very less. So for that purpose, so they will use these solar air heaters in order to warm their homes. So if you observe this frame, so it has a frame of heat air and cold air inlets. So this is a cover observer aluminum profile, and the insulation mineral oil, and the range frame, and the cover single safety glass and low reflection. So this thermal insulation on the back and the sides, a transparent glass cover, and an observer is there. So this observer consists of an coated aluminum sheet, and that is designed as an U profile. So it is designed like an U profile. So this solar collector will collect the heat, and they will collect the heat from the sunlight, and this heat will be sent through the inlets of the solar panel. So the cold air will be sent inside, and the hot air will come outside according to the room temperature of your house. So the room temperature of the house will be maintained. So like this, standard air collector will operate. So these are the frame insulation, and there is a thermal insulation. Back sides and front side there is a thermal insulation, and there is a transparent glass cover for an absorb the heat. In order to absorb the heat, there is a coated aluminum sheet, and it is designed as an U profile. So you can observe these observed aluminum profile. So you can see the insulation, mineral wool, and there is a flange frame, and the cover single safety glass low reflection. So this is about standard air collector. So this collects the standard air collector. So this collects the air. The hot air will be sent inside, so I mean to say the cold air will be sent inside, and the hot air will come outside by using this standard air collector. So let us see the classification based on the collector. So here it is a standard air collector. So depending upon this collector, so it is classified into two types. So one is porous type, another is non-porous types. So porous type is a matrix and honeycomb and the jet plate. So these are the types of air collector panels. So these are the different types of air collector panels. One is matrix, another one is honeycomb and jet plate. So there is a non-porous type also. One is overflow, underflow, and there is a double flow also. So one is porous type, another one is non-porous type. So in porous type, I am repeating again. So there is a matrix, honeycomb, and jet plate. In non-porous type, there is an overflow and underflow and double flow collectors are there. So this is about classification based on the collector. So you can see here there are different designs for the solar air collectors. So if you observe, so the A, B, C, there are three pictures here. So the first one is flow over observer. It's an least efficient, and there is an flow under observer. It has an high efficiency. And third one is flow on the both side of the observer, so can be efficient if it is done properly. So both side it can absorb the heat. So there is an, if you observe the flow over observer, so there is an heat insulation on the back, and there is an observer, and there is an cover. For that one is flow over observer, it is an least efficient. Another one is flow under observer, and the heat insulation will be on back, and there is an observer, and there is an cover. So it has high efficiency. And next one is flow on both sides of the observer. It will be very efficient, and it will be done properly. If it is done properly, it will be very efficient. Can be efficient if it is done properly. Flow on the both sides of the observer. There will be dual side, there will be observers. So this is about designs of solar air collectors. So there is an observer in order to observe the hot cold air, and from the sunlight it observes the hot air and it will send into your home. For the mainly it is used for the domestic applications only, and for the offices in like developed countries like America and Australia. So if you observe the honeycomb, so if you observe, there is a glass inlet, and there is an honeycomb, and there is an energy collecting surface. So this solar energy collecting surface, so this absorbs the heat, and this heat air will be sent inside of the home. Okay, and there is a wire mesh here. You can observe the wire mesh. There is a glass cover, so you can observe, you can see this glass cover, and inside the glass cover there is an wire mesh screen matrix and back plate. So there is an insulation for that. So like this the honeycomb design will be like this. Okay, so this is about the honeycomb design. So let me repeat it again. There is a glass, honeycomb, and energy collecting surface. So if you see the collector installation, so roof of your house, so it will be installed. So in the roof collector installation between the rafters, so there will be in between the these rafters the roof installation will be done. And there is an facade integration and the roof integrated solar wall column collector. There will be construction of solar wall is also there. So by using the this solar wall, so wall you can use your warm heat, I mean to say heat air will be sent inside into your home. So the cold air will be sent inside, and these solar plates will collect this air and heats and absorbs the heat, and it will gives the heat air to your home. So there is a solar wall column collector design, and there is also an in-roof collector installation between these rafters. So there is a facade integration, and there is also an in-roof installation. So there are two types. So in the collector installation, there at the roof of your building, so at the roof of your building these solar collector plates will be fixed under the roof, and in some cases, so you can use if you want a warm air more, you can construct a solar wall column collector. There will be solar wall collector. So where will more heat will be there in your home, so where the sun reflects more in your home, so there will be a wall construction for your home, and this solar wall will collect the heat and produce the heat air into your home. So this is about collector installation. So if you observe the solar fresh air system, so these by using this solar fresh air system, you can fresh your air in your home. So you know all nowadays, so most of the people are using these air purifiers. So there are lots of design kit. So by using this solar fresh air system, you can purify your air. So nowadays most of the people are using air purifiers, it kills the bacteria in air. So by using this solar fresh air also, you can kill the bacteria and you can make the air as fresh air. So by using the solar system, you can put your air fresh. Okay, so if you observe this solar fresh air system, it is very simplest sort of solar air system, and it will single passes system, and it has very less equipment, and solar air system with fresh air operation, and air heating, air will be heated and it gives very fresh air. It is a warm air will come into your home. So the exhaust air leaves the building by leakage or through exhaust air flaps. So there will be exhaust fans will be fitted into your home, and this exhaust air gives the building by leakage or through exhaust air flaps. So there will be flap construction to your home in order to give these exhaust air to your house. And there is a minimum installation and this system is used mostly for refracting into existing buildings. So for the big buildings, so it can be fitted. Okay, so here you can see this picture of solar fresh air system. So by using this solar collector, it will be sent into the ventilator, and it will be filtered and send it to your home, into your bedroom, in your bathroom. This is a living construction, and it will be fitted into all rooms also. This fresh air will hit these bacteria and kills the bacteria. So the normal cooling temperature of your home will hit with solar, this cold air sent to the solar heating system, and this solar heating system will produce the solar heat air, and it will be sent inside into your all rooms, and you can fresh your air in all rooms, and it will kills the bacteria in all rooms. So this is about solar fresh air system. So let us see the next slide. So usage of solar air heating collector, you can fix it for your homes like that, on your roof. You can on your roof of your building, you can fix these solar air heating collectors, and you can use it for your home, or else you can construct a solar wall. In the second picture you can see there is a solar wall which is constructed to your home, and it will give a better solar heating air into your home. So by using this solar air heating system, it will kills the bacteria and gives the fresh air to your home. And you can see the pictures of the solar air heating collector at the roof of your building. It can be used. So there are different pictures. So if it is ground floor, you can fix like this and use this solar heating collector. So this is about solar air heating collector. These are the pictures which you can use these solar air heating collectors for your home. And you can see these usage of solar air heating collector in drying also. So you can use it for drying. It can be used for your air heating collector in dry conditions also. And there is an solar radiation, and you can see the picture here, solar radiation, and there is an solar absorb roof. So the solar radiation will come from the sunlight, and this radiation will be absorbed by the solar absorbed roof, which are the collectors, and this radiation will enter into the gassing and to the exhauster fan. So this exhauster fan will come inside in order to dry your home, in order to make the dry your home. If it is wet, if your home, if you go for other states, so their homes will be very wet because of the snow. So in order to make the dry your home, so these gassing fan will the cold water, I mean to say this heat will send it into this fan, and the heat air will come into your home and dries your home. So there is an insulation here, and most air out, and insulation, abundant air in. So these are the usage of solar air heating collector in drying. So in the previous slide we have seen only up to for cooling, the cool air will be heated. I mean to say in order to purify the air. In the previous slides, what you have observed by using these collectors is, so the hot air will be, I mean to say the cold air will be heated. I am sorry, the cold air will be heated by the solar absorber, and it will be sent inside to your home. So the cold home will be warmed, warmed by solar collectors, solar air heaters. So these solar air heaters are used to warm your houses. So if there is a cold, so if there is a cold air, if there is any bacteria in this air, so this bacteria and the cold air will be killed, and and the solar heater will heat your home, and it will be useful for you. Okay, in order to kill the bacteria and in order to give the fresh air, these solar collectors are used, these solar air heaters are used in order to observe, in order to heat your home, in order to heat your home. So this is about solar air heating collectors. So the heat air will be sent, the cold air will be sent inside and you will get hot air outside. So this is about solar air heating collector. So the usage of solar wall panel, I have already told you, for the room ventilation with heated air. For the agricultural applications also it will be used in order to produce the plants. So in order to, it is useful for the production of the plants. So some plants will grow in warm conditions only. So in order to that, so these solar wall panels are used for your room ventilation with heated air. So in the previous slide, what we have seen up to now, what we have seen is so in order to heat your air, in order to kill the bacteria in the air, and in order to give the fresh air in your home, these solar air heaters are used. If you see, observe these solar air heating collector for the drying conditions, in order to dry your home, so these solar heaters are used. I mean to say, if there is any wet conditions for your home, so in other states like US, America and Australia, so their homes will be wet. Why? Because there will be continuous snow. Their weather conditions are very cold. So according to their atmospheric conditions, the atmosphere will be very cold. So in some cases the snow will hit their homes. So their homes will be in wet conditions. So in order to dry their homes, so by using this solar collector, heat air will be sent to the exhauster fan. From the exhauster fan, so you will get the heat air from the fan. You will get the heat air. So the heat air will dry your home. So like this, you can use the solar air heating collector. So the usage of solar wall panel from the room ventilation with heated air, and for the agricultural applications also it is very useful. So you can see this schema of air heated solar collector usage of solar room heating. So inside the room it will be heated like this. You can see the direct sunlight will hit the roof of the solar collectors, and from the solar connectors it will absorb the heat air, and the cold air will be sent inside and the heat air will be produced to your home. So it is a direct venting. So there are different applications by using these solar air heating collectors, solar air heaters. So you can use for the space heating and for your crop drying. So in some cases in some conditions the crop will be wet due to huge rain like that. So in order to dry your crops, so you can use these solar panels, and there is a process of heating. In order to get heat, the process of heating will produce by these solar collectors, and for the refrigeration also these solar heaters are used. Thank you all. We will meet in the next session. I hope you all understood. If you have any doubts, free to call me. Thank you all.